All right. Hey, everybody. I'm trying to throw together a quick tutorial on how to use Screencast-O-Matic for those of you interested in trying to do voice overlays on your lectures. PowerPoint does have that feature. Depending on which version of Office you have, the feature works better or worse. What I discovered when I did it initially, it made the file size massive, which was a huge problem uploading to Blackboard and for students to download. So do take a look at that. I'm not knocking the feature. I think it is a cool feature, but check your file size. We're all in triage mode here. This is not meant to be perfect. This is meant to do the best we can with the time and resources we have. And again, think of our students. They're freaked out. They may not be comfortable trying to download stuff. If they're working on this course from their cell phone, they may not have the bandwidth to download. The reason why I would encourage Screencast-O-Matic, it uploads everything to YouTube, so you don't have to download. You simply click a link and you're out to a YouTube video. Any of you with kids, my son sucks up all of our bandwidth and our data because he's constantly on YouTube videos. So they can easily get to a YouTube video. I think that might be much easier than trying to download a file from Blackboard to watch or listen to a PowerPoint. But again, what works best for you? Don't try to do anything crazy. Keep it simple and just do the best we can. So anyway, this is Screencast-O-Matic. You would Google it, pull it up, make sure it's this one so it's free. Go over here to launch free recorder. So you launch the recorder, it's going to prompt you. It needs to get permission from you to record your screen, allow it that permission, disable the cookies, and then it's going to give you this box. The box records whatever's in that screen. It's going to record what's in that screen. So if there's stuff up on your browser you don't want students to see, keep it out of the box. All right, so this is how I work with this in my courses. I size the box down so it fits my PowerPoint slide. I still can have other stuff up on my computer. I got my screen here. You guys can kind of see, here's everything else going. I can see what content is up there, etc. But I size it to fit the slide I'm talking about and discussing. So I go to my first slide. And what I've done is I would give the students this slide with that blank there. And I'm like, all right, guys, fill it out. I try to encourage them to become active learners when they're watching the videos. I want them taking notes. So they don't get the slide with the definition of evolution written out. I will type it out, evolution, change in a population's genetic frequency over time. All right, guys, you should be filling this out in your notes as well. That way, you're trying to get them to engage into the content instead of just sitting and watching or listening while they're playing on their phone or doing 10 other things or etc. I try to mimic this is what we would do in the classroom. I would write the term evolution on the board. I would write out the definition. They should be sitting there writing it out with me. So convey that in your voice overlay to the students. Really stress, especially for those who did not sign up for an online course, stress to them, they need to be actively engaged in this course or they're not going to be as successful as they could be. So engagement is the biggest challenge. How do you keep them engaged and get them to be active participants in the course when it comes to taking notes, things like that? Okay, so there's my first slide. Boom, I go to my next slide, and I'll come back to these. Sorry, this is kind of a jumble. So then I just walk through each of my slides, and I'll narrate some of it, just discuss it. I'll talk about the key people for evolution. If you put your cursor here, what they will see when you're watching the video is a yellow circle. So if you're like, ooh, Cuvier, really important. The cool thing with PowerPoint, depending on the version, they have the draw feature. So you could come back and, let me show you guys that. Okay, so up here, this is what we had before. Depending on, again, your version, draw feature. Now you click on a pen I can draw with, ooh, I'm going to do it in green ink or blue ink, and I can change the size. So now I can come back to my slide. Oh, let me move my box. And I can go Cuvier, very important person to remember. Cuvier initially had a mustache, give him some brows, etc. It looks like you're a 5-year-old on a Red Bull when you're doing your drawings here, but students tend to understand, and actually a lot of them said it's entertaining because trying to write words out with your mouse isn't easy. But sometimes that comedy gets them to engage. Okay, so when you're done, just make sure you go back, click off that pen, and now you're back to the cursor. So, all right, so you work your way through all of your slides, or as many slides as you can get, and then you know what's going to happen. You're going to run out of your 15 minutes. The nice thing, it forces you to be very, very concise with your lecture. You don't have a lot of time. Drill it down to 15 minutes and then do another one and another one. For students, they can take it in 15-minute bites. If they can't focus for 15 minutes, they have greater challenges than we can do anything about. But 15-minute bites, and then it's like, okay, here's the second 15-minute video. Here's the third. Come on. Oh, there it was. There's the third link for a 15-minute video. Here's the fourth link. Coming up. There it is down there. And then this chapter, it took me 5 videos to cover the whole chapter. You can convey that to them and say, guys, there is 1 hour and 15 minutes worth of content for this chapter. So then they can allocate time accordingly for coming to, if we say coming to class, watching the lecture, etc. In triage mode right now, that's going to be incredibly important for them to know this lecture is going to take this amount of time instead of, oh, I just posted a video in YouTube, and they don't know how long they're going to be sitting there watching it. Really try to inform them as much as possible. I actually created a grid for all of my lectures on my chapters and said this is how long each lecture takes. Now they can time manage better. So, okay, so you got your lecture done, or your 15 minutes is up. You're going to then click this button that says done. Okay, so click right there. So click the done button. All right, so then the next thing that's going to show up is this. What do you want to do? Well, don't mess with editing your video. Save and upload. Just get this sucker out there as quick as you can. So this is what we need to click on. Save and upload. Got that one? Click. So you go to the next step. It's going to say, where do you want to upload, or how do you want to upload? What are your options here? Well, I would upload to YouTube. That's where you want to house this. Don't upload to Screencast-O-Matic. It's a pain. Don't save it as a video file. Just upload to YouTube. It will automatically upload and start creating a channel of videos for you. So save and upload to YouTube. When this screen comes up, definitely, big star here, definitely check your title before you publish. So right now it's going to say recording number 70. Well, who cares about that? Change it. This video I titled Tutorial Part 1. Title it whatever you want. But I title mine Darwin and Evolution Part 1 so they can connect that video to the chapter. Some students who have a little bit of tech behind them will actually go out to the channel, find all the videos without having to go through each of your PowerPoints. But make sure you title it appropriately to the content and which part of the video. Once you do that, then your second step here, see this is Red Bull, 5-year-old, you want to click publish. Once you're clicking publish, then it's going to do this and it's going to publish. It'll walk through, it takes a couple minutes depending on the size of your PowerPoint. Let it publish to 100%, and then it's going to give you the URL, the video link URL in YouTube. You want to copy that, and then you want to come back to here, and you have that video link copied. What you need to do here is highlight your title or whatever you want to do for your video links. Go to Insert, go to Link. Oh, let me move this over. Go to Link, and then you need to embed it here. So this is where you paste the link, and I hope you guys can see it. I'm not sure. I hope the video is recording it, but it'll say text to display. Make that your title, Darwin and Evolution Part 1. It'll give you an address. Here's your YouTube address. Don't give that to the students. Make this a hyperlink. All they have to do is click that link. You hit OK, and then it will publish it out to YouTube. Right? So hopefully this helps for anybody who is interested in trying to set up Screencast-O-Matics. There's 1,001 other things to do with it, but in triage mode, keep it simple. That's all we need to do here just to get this content rolling. They're going to hear you. That hopefully provides a measure of comfort. Talk to them as if they were sitting in front of you. You know, harass them. Hey, Jazz, put your phone down. Pay attention to the video. You know, call them out in these lectures. It'll lighten the mood and hopefully make it a little easier for people to get through our situation here. Just be careful and appropriate with how you call people out, obviously. So again, you guys need help, give me a call, bounce me an email. You know, happy to help. And do whatever I can to help you guys navigate this. It is an interesting world. If anybody needs cell, there you go. Call, text, whatever. We can jump on a WebEx. We can jump in Teams, FaceTime. So we're all under a huge amount of stress, but nobody's alone in this. And let's see what we can do to help everybody get through it. So, all right. Best of luck.